Uh, it's a very complicated issue, and I watched the tape, and I watched it on slow motion, and I really would want to look at it again, and I say, I saw the referee walking towards the boy, injured player, meaning he's aware of the incident.
Yes.
The boy, the goalkeeper, threw the ball for the ball to be thrown out.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the boy picked the defender picked the ball and played it in field.
Yes.
The referee was still with the boy,
with the boy,
injured player, meaning he wasn't concentrating on the other side.
What was happening,
and that particular point is very controversial.
Yeah, but then you see when it actually happened that the goal was scored, he obviously realized that play was on, even though he was attending to this field.
Yeah.
So what is his discretion now? To allow what happened, or to say, oh no, after all the game had stopped, it should have been fair play?
Of two evils now, you choose the lesser evil.
And that is to allow the goal.
To disallow the goal.
To
disallow the goal.
Okay.
Since he was attending to the player.
Yes.
Meaning momentarily he wanted the game stopped.
Yes, that's right. Obviously, that's
right. It would have been a little controversial on either side, on both sides. But he gave the goal, accepted it, when he was attending to the injured player.
Yes.
Meaning he is undecided as to what really should have been the outcome of that particular pattern of play.
Yes.
Given Baboucarr.
So what he has actually concluded, like you said, is open to interpretation.
Exactly.
Depending on which side
you are.
But I think here, whereas it's not a compulsory to play to have fair play.
Exactly.
You understand? I think Baboucarr did not observe the fair play. So obviously he wanted to apply the rules to the latter rather than going for his own discretion. Do you understand? And that's why when he saw the play was going on, he decided to accept the play to go on.
I believe he alone.
Yeah, the signals that the referee had sent on that day were, to say the least, conflicting.
Yeah.
In the fact that if he, the attention he paid to the injured player shows that he actually was in command of what is happening.
Exactly.
And the only thing you can naturally expect from that scenario was definitely
fair play.
It turned out that some people, even on both sides, we are not aware of the continued play, and a goal was scored, and he allowed the goal. So now, this is where the point of the tension started. Obviously, those who felt that this should not have been a goal felt agreed at the moment.
Okay.
Then what? Then go ahead.
Yeah, I believe this will
it's a big debate.
Remain a debatable thing. You understand? But this is a world-class referee and a pride of the Gambia.
Country,
you understand? He's not only the best in Africa, but the best in the world. And he's in fact about to go to the Cup of Nations.
Absolutely.
You understand? So this will always remain a debatable this thing. And one thing Mr. Cham said is having preconceived mind.
That also.
You understand? I think that's very, very, and we should be very, very careful of that in our Gambian context. I believe the debate is very, very interesting, and we are running out of time because they are signaling us we are running out. But now let's look at quickly
what happened.
Yes, after the goal, what happened?
Well, we've seen that after the goal, and this action I will describe as the fundamental trigger of what ensued. A fan, I even know the name, who actually felt more aggrieved than everybody, jumped the fence and invaded the pitch. I think he was armed with it, which looks like a vuvuzela.
Style.
Okay, he was attempting to go to deal with the referee, because that's what we can assume.
Yeah, that's the intention we can see.
Yes. So whether he was planning to hit the vuvuzela, the referee with the vuvuzela, or anything he wanted to do, was left to conjecture. But suddenly we saw two paramilitary policemen, one hold of him, and he was manhandled. To say the least, he was manhandled. And this poor handling of the situation by the police actually triggered the Baboucarr fans to put the law more into their hands. All right? Because two wrongs didn't do the same. Now, this fan could have definitely and very easily been extricated from the field without any application of violence. And definitely the Baboucarr people, with all their preconceived mind, would never have the opportunity to vent their spleen on any incidents.
No, that's true.
All right, they would have still been felt that, okay, we were cheated, fair play wasn't observed.
Yeah.
But when the lad was malhandled, to say the least, by the police, this actually aggravated the anger of the Baboucarr people, and they took the law more into their hands, and then, open a fight with the police and everybody else.
Okay. The fan has no right in the first place. We must say that.
That's fundamentally.
Yeah, he has no right to jump that fence and head towards the referee. Do you understand? But now let's look at the crowd control. It has always been a problem in Gambian football and has resulted in so many of similar scenarios in the past, similar to even that 2010.
I'm really worried about that particular area of ours, football, crowd control. In the 70s, 80s, he would know a lot about it.
Absolutely.
In the 70s, 80s, and towards the early 90s in the UK, but in particular, hooliganism, has always been, a problem,
especially with England,
in English football. We used to play a documentary about the Hillsborough disaster, 1987, 89. It's important the police understand their role in the pitch. You walk into the football field. We've seen a lot of football matches in Europe. Stewards will sit and face their, back to the pitch. Control the defense. Where were the paramilitary when the boy jumped?
Yeah, I wanted.
That is the question.
I wanted to ask that.
So now you would want to ask yourself, what were they doing when the boy was jumping?
I just want to. I think very quickly. Although the police, we must say, are very vital.
Exactly, they've been helping us a lot.
They have done a fantastic job.
Yep.
And what we are doing in criticizing various aspects, including ourselves, we never exonerate ourselves.
Seriously,
we are criticizing every aspect of the game so that we can grow better. We are not singling out the police for anything. After all, they have done a fantastic job. But normally, in policing crowds, what we normally see in Europe and other places is that the police have no business in watching the match. If you are in the pitch, you are supposed to look at the crowd because that's where apparently any trouble could come from. And if they were doing that, this man would never have escaped them to run into the pitch. So let's the police understand that what we are trying to do is to get us better event organizers, and they are not being singled out for any undue criticism. That must be clear.
Well, but we're running out of time. But I believe this could have been avoided.
Seriously?
Yes, could have been avoided. And then to add it to that, I disagree totally with the punishments that have been meted out to Baboucarr. I don't know, the forum didn't allow. I would have tell you how I feel that should have been addressed.
Anyway,
I think a proper investigation must be thorough investigation must be wanted and exactly pinpoint where the problem lies.
For me, I don't think suspensions are solutions to these problems. Baboucarr have only emerged from suspension, and they are going back there. I think if it goes on like that, I think it is not an effective way of punishing them. So if it goes like that, it will lead to further suspicions of seclusion and separation in our game. And at this time when we are looking for unity, which is very vital at the moment, considering what the division is going on in the football, it would have been better to embrace everybody rather than to impose penalties that would have sideline others, no matter what they have done for years to come.
The zonal championship is such a wonderful tournament, so we should keep it together and just move on. And
I think it's just very unfortunate. In fact, the boy that we're talking about, the one who ran into the pitch, I was made to understand. I made my investigation to see which type of person is. But I was made to understand this is somebody who is a very, very disciplined somebody. And in fact, a coach of one of the local teams. And I even heard that he really regretted what he has done. He does not even know what he did. Do you understand?
But so football is that for you.
Exactly.
Emotive sport.
So I think, like you said, we should always put our house in order and do things in the right manner.
And that includes everybody journalists writing the articles, using hyperboles that can only raise tensions. All these have to be careful and considered so that we maintain peace. But of course, where we see a point that should be criticized, we should do that.
Anyway, it's been interesting, but that's all time permits us. But this is Sports Tonight, your weekly sports program on GRTS, and we will continue to come back here and try to dissect on some of these mishappenings in our game and to make sure that we perfect it. And we also have our sister sports program that is on Saturday, that is coming at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. where we will continue to dissect these issues. Until then, It's bye-bye from me, and thanks to my two bosses.
Thank you very much.